Got breaking news on the NFL where the Browns have officially announced that Shedeur Sanders will get his first start on Sunday in Las Vegas against the Raiders there. Dillon Gabriel is currently in concussion protocol. Earlier this morning, Kevin Stefanski making that official. Take a listen.
Shedeur is going to start at quarterback. Dillon is still in the concussion protocol. He is improving, but obviously we got to put a plan together. It's been fun to watch Shedeur, fun to watch a lot of these young guys because we've done so many extra reps, extra individual periods to watch them. I think Shedeur is just going to be himself. I think that's what players appreciate other players when they're themselves.
Yeah, for instance, I know our fans have a lot of expectations and hope, and I would be doing a disservice to myself and disservice to the organization if I didn't feel like I am the guy. I did everything I need to. I'm doing everything I need to prepare to be the best version of myself as possible.
The Cleveland Browns have officially announced that Shedeur Sanders will start at quarterback in Week 12 against the Las Vegas Raiders. The decision has immediately stirred conversation across the NFL because it comes at a time when the team has been under pressure, dealing with injuries, and facing questions about their handling of their quarterbacks. This is not a casual depth chart move. It's a shift that carries weight, controversy, and a high level of scrutiny. The first domino in this situation was Dillon Gabriel entering concussion protocol. NFL protocols are strict. Once a player is in the concussion evaluation process, they cannot practice or play until cleared by medical staff. That instantly removed Gabriel from Week 12 consideration. On paper, this makes Shedeur the next logical choice. But the problem, and the reason this story is bigger than a simple injury replacement, is that Shedeur was never treated like a real QB2 earlier in the year. Normally, when you're the backup quarterback, you receive at least some reps with the starters. You get situational work. You're prepared for emergencies. Shedeur had none of that. So Gabriel's injury didn't just open a door. It exposed a bigger issue the team had already created.
Stefanski made it official. Shedeur Sanders will start in Las Vegas. Boy, I'll tell you, there aren't a lot of 2-8 football teams worth watching. The Browns, Chris, are worth watching Sunday. I expect Shedeur to look much better. I do. I expect the problem is, Chris, the offense is crappy. The design is crappy. The offensive line is crappy. There's no receiver. It's crappy offense. Still, Shedeur will overcome this.
To understand why fans and analysts have been so vocal about this situation, you need to look back at what many now call the setup game. Shedeur was suddenly thrown into an NFL matchup earlier in the season under brutal circumstances. 0 first-team practice reps, 0 chemistry with the starters, 0 opportunity to run the offensive scheme built for the starter, only minutes to warm up before being put in. Any quarterback, even a veteran, would struggle in that situation. But instead of acknowledging the impossible conditions he was placed in, many immediately judged him as if he had full preparation. They critiqued his accuracy, his timing, his command of the offense, and even claimed he wasn't ready for NFL action. But how can you judge someone on a test they weren't allowed to study for? That moment set the tone for the public narrative around Shedeur. This is where the conversation becomes more layered. Some fans believe Shedeur was simply mishandled, that the coaching staff didn't prioritize preparing him, and as a result, he looked unprepared. Others believe the situation may have been more strategic, not malicious, but perhaps influenced by preseason decisions, internal preferences, and commitment to the starting plan even when circumstances changed. When you throw a quarterback into a game with 0 preparation, you're not setting them up to succeed. At best, it's negligence. At worst, it's intentional. No matter which side of the debate you fall on, one thing is clear. The circumstances were far from fair.
Earlier that Shedeur Sanders is going to get his first career start for the Browns this weekend against the Raiders. Stephen A., what are your expectations for Shedeur?
Well, he's playing the Raiders. So my expectation is that he will not go 4 for 16. He will not be 0 for 6 when he's getting blitzed with no touchdowns and an interception. He'll be much better than that. That's my expectations. That's all I'm qualified to say. It's the Raiders he's going up against. You know, avoid Max Crosby. Look halfway decent. I can expect that.
A major criticism from fans revolves around the double standard between Dillon Gabriel's treatment and Shedeur's. Gabriel's season included. Short, conservative passes, a heavy reliance on checkdowns, limited downfield attempts, a passer rating that hovered around average, several games where he underperformed. Yet the narrative around Gabriel was full of patience. He just needs more time. The offensive line is struggling. The system will come together. Meanwhile, Shedeur played barely over a quarter, with no practice, and was instantly judged harder than Gabriel was all season. Two quarterbacks, two completely different standards, one obvious imbalance. Despite everything, Shedeur Sanders never lost confidence. He publicly stated he's always prepared. He likes pressure. He believes he's the guy. He thrives in big moments. This mentality is not fake. It's the same approach he had in college when he faced hostile crowds, intense media attention, and constant criticism. Pressure doesn't scare him. It motivates him. That mindset matters now more than ever. Week 12 marks the first time Shedeur will enter a game with full first-team practice reps, a playbook adjusted to his strengths, timing with starting wide receivers, preparation as the actual QB1, a real game plan built around him. This is the first time he is being given what every quarterback deserves: fairness. There will be no claims of him being thrown in unprepared. No excuses about timing. No last-minute surprises. This time, he steps onto the field with the same preparation any other starting quarterback receives. This is the first real opportunity to judge what he can actually do.
What should we be looking for in terms of the quarterback we expect him to be on Sundays?
I think what you are going to see, certainly early, is a lot of plays to get him in rhythm. Okay, I could almost guarantee that you're going to see some plays that are just screens, easier completions, high percentage throws, so that you can, in basketball parlance, see the ball go through the net, right? It's almost like a Mikan drill in basketball, right? Just put the ball up and lay up and just go ahead and get a feel for it. That's what we're going to see.
This isn't just another game. Week 12 could shift the trajectory of Shedeur Sanders' entire NFL career. If he performs well, the earlier criticism loses credibility. The narrative of him being unready collapses. Team may rethink their long-term quarterback strategy. Fans will demand he remain in the starting conversation. Every single camera will be focused on him. Analysts will scrutinize every throw. Critics will wait for mistakes. Supporters will hope for a breakout moment. The Raiders' defense will try to test him early. This level of pressure breaks some quarterbacks, no matter where you stand. Whether you think he was mishandled, doubted, or even set up, Week 12 finally gives Shedeur something he did not have before: a clean, fair, prepared stage. If he succeeds, he rewrites the narrative. If he performs like the confident quarterback he believes he is, the conversation changes instantly. If he rises to the moment, the earlier setup game becomes proof of mishandling, not proof of inability. This is his chance, his opportunity to take control of the story. And if there's one thing Shedeur Sanders has always shown, it's that he's built for moments exactly like this.